and welcome to the 15th episode in our AI and You podcast series. Today is Monday, October 12th, 2020, and I'm your host, Vicar Saidi. I'm a computer scientist and engineer, a lecturer, and a consultant. I'm also the author of several books. My most recent book is about artificial intelligence and is titled The Genome Affair. The Genome Affair is a work of speculative fiction. It examines what the world might be like if some of the more extraordinary capabilities forecast to be realized in AI over the next 20 to 30 years were actually realized today. Given the growing list of frightening existential threats humankind now faces, the book pays particular attention to the impact AI is expected to have on world affairs. The book is available in ebook format for those who prefer to read on a digital device, but it's also available in a high-quality paperback edition. The Genome Affair is available on Amazon, so I hope you'll take the time to read it and to leave a review. Book reviews are tremendously helpful for writers. I'm available to give talks on artificial intelligence and its related technologies, and on the impact AI is expected to have on our world. If you'd like to get in touch with me to arrange a web-based event or consulting meeting with your company or organization, you can find my contact info in the podcast notes below. And now, on to today's podcast. In our last podcast, episode 14, I spoke about artificial intelligence and its implications for authoritarianism and democracy. In today's podcast, episode 15, I'll be talking about artificial intelligence, consciousness, and the future of Homo sapiens. Let's get started. Perhaps it's best to begin by articulating the difference between human intelligence and human consciousness, or sentience. Generally speaking, intelligence is the ability to solve a wide variety of problems, whereas consciousness, or sentience, is the ability to have subjective experiences and to feel emotions, including love, hate, joy, fear, and sadness. Consciousness is the ability or state of being self-aware. Sentience is what differentiates humankind from most other species, including today's narrow or specialized AI. Although today's AI agents are still very dangerous when deployed in various contemporary military applications, or when their presence at the core of social media and infrastructure of surveillance capitalism results in the polarization of society, these AI agents are quite simply unaware that what they're doing is wrong. They are unaware that murder, civil, and social discord is undesirable, and that strengthening the hand of authoritarians is bad, or that increased self-harm and suicide rates amongst teens or preteens is bad. But intelligent, sentient humans are aware of these ethical and moral consequences of technology. Thus, we can conclude that there is no possibility of ethics or morality without consciousness. However, we must now wonder whether the general AI or super AI agents of the future might develop a form of consciousness specific to their own reality, and whether this variant of machine sentience will conflict with human sentience. What might this mean with regards to their ability to coexist alongside humankind, given that they will be exponentially more intelligent than Homo sapiens? This is increasingly worrisome, since most leading AI thought leaders believe we will achieve artificial general intelligence within a few decades, and because there are no principles of biology or chemistry, nor any laws of mathematics or physics that preclude the development of consciousness in AI. Conversely, AI can attain superintelligence while remaining asentient, and therefore agnostic to human ethics and morality. This raises the specter of many challenging problems in its own right. In summary, we need to spend more energy and effort within the artificial intelligence, neuroscience, and related interdisciplinary community researching and addressing the issues of sentience, alongside our work in the understanding and development of synthetic intelligence. As a science, artificial intelligence endeavors to understand the organic human mind and its ability for intelligence, with an end goal of simulating this intelligence in silicon. We are making tremendous progress in this area, particularly in the last 15 years or so. We have amassed an impressive ability to collect and aggregate enormous volumes of digital data, along with our capacity to design and build faster and faster computer processors that can analyze this data. We have also dramatically enhanced our understanding of neuroscience as it relates to deep learning neural networks, and we have translated this understanding into very high performance and effective machine learning strategies. But at the same time, it's important to point out that our collective understanding of consciousness, or sentience, remains opaque at best. The evolution of sentience, how, why, and the purpose of human consciousness persists as one of the greatest unanswered questions in neuroscience. We believe consciousness has arisen through biological evolution and has been enhanced further through cultural evolution. But that understanding of our consciousness, that understanding of ourselves and of our physical and social environment, and our understanding of the future remains mysterious. This ability to dream, to imagine, to plan, and strategize seems largely unique to our species, particularly our foresight. The theory of mind states that humans attempt to see things from another's perspective. But we must first recognize that we have a mind before we can project this ability to think onto someone else. With certainty, only humans over the age of 3 have this ability to see things from another person's perspective. Predicting what someone else is going to do and why they're going to do it seems unique to Homo sapiens. There have been more than 20,000 papers written on consciousness from diverse perspectives, including neuroscience, philosophy, psychology, and theology. However, despite so much study and reflection on this issue, we are still unable to offer a suitable and universally acceptable definition of consciousness, or an understanding of how the brain works in this regard. Although we cannot provide an understanding of consciousness or sentience, there is universal acceptance that consciousness resides in the brain. An empirically sound theory of consciousness unfortunately does not yet exist, but neuroscientists believe we are getting closer. Many academic institutions today are studying longevity in Homo sapiens. They are trying to understand whether it will be possible to extend human life beyond the typical developed world lifespan of 80 years or so. If successful to one degree or another, this may be one species of Homo sapiens present in the future. A second, perhaps significantly more ambitious idea being investigated today is to build a superhuman body using state-of-the-art materials sciences available for the manufacture of robotics hardware. Scientists would then replicate the intelligence and memories in the human brain along with its consciousness, neuron by neuron, into transistors on a set of chips that are subsequently implanted in that superhuman body or exoskeleton. We are then free of the biochemical and organic limitations of an evolutionary Homo sapiens. Scientists at Caltech are currently conducting proof-of-concept experiments on mice to validate the scientific feasibility of this idea. But would this extrication of human intelligence and consciousness from its organic host and subsequent transfer to an inorganic silicon host still really be us? These two biochemically and technologically enhanced cyborg species, or cybernetic organisms, would then establish some form of coexistence with each other, and alongside the purely synthetic simulations of embodied and disembodied general or superintelligent AI agents. With a species of embodied and disembodied AI, along with human minds, consciousness, dreams, imagination, memories, personalities, transposed from the biochemistry of carbon-based molecules of our organic brains into the silicon-based molecules found in semiconductor circuits, the possibility of travel into the silicon-based into and across deep space becomes very realistic, since we've now overcome the limitations and requirements of Homo sapiens and their dependence on organic chemistry. Homo sapiens and other species have adapted and evolved to survive and perpetuate in the unique environment of Earth over 4 billion years. Transitioning from organic to inorganic and from earthbound to universal explorations will have profound implications for culture, economics, and politics. Thank you for spending some time with me. I'm trying to follow the TED Talk format, and so I'm keeping these podcasts to about 20 minutes. Let me know what you think. I hope you'll find these insights into artificial intelligence helpful, and I hope you'll read my new book, The Genome Affair. It's on Amazon. Until next time then, this has been the AI and You podcast with author Vicar Saidi.